Hey everybody, this is your boy Goldie. How you doing? Excuse me. Now, in this video, I want to talk about the challenges of being psychic. So, this in this one, I'm going to be less advice giving and a little bit more personal. So, what I've recently been going through is some interactions with some friends, working on a project with them, and dealing with the insecurities and the ups and downs, the insecurities and the strengths of the people that you work with. And so there's one particular person whom I have a connection to, a deeper connection to than the rest of the group. With this person, and it's not like like sexual or anything. It's just more intimate, meaning like it's just closer, it's deeper, and this person is dealing with a lot in their personal lives, and this person wasn't able to you know um, find an outlet so that they weren't bringing their personal drama to the table into the project that we're working on. So I, as coming to appreciate more how much of a psychic and empathic being that I am, got into three arguments about the basically the same concept, not the same topic, but it had the same theme behind it. And me, I notice patterns right away, and I know that when something's not efficient, I have my moon in Virgo, so when something's not efficient, it's like something needs to be done about it. Like that's just what needs to happen. And you know, nothing ended up being done about it. This person, had to back off of the project for a little bit, and now I really get to decompress and rest my energy. So I'm ready for the next phase of the project and the projects that our team will be working on. This person just backed off for a moment. They're going to come back, and hopefully they have new vision, new awareness, new perspective, new respect. But the challenge of being psychic and empathic, which I am, and I've come to really appreciate. Before I knew it, but I kind of took it for granted, and I was living in an environment where many people had different levels of psychic empathy, different levels. They may have not been on the level I perceived to be my level, but but they had it. And then I moved from that area, went out to an area where very few people are open and very much aware of their empathic, psychic ability, or they have it and they're not very mature with it. One of the pitfalls and traps of having psychic ability is you tend to blame everybody out there, you know, uh, for your troubles, and that's something that happens to me. Certainly, especially in this situation, it's the main challenge. I'm just moving on. The main challenge of dealing with people who aren't psychically aware or aren't aware that they're psychic or don't have psychic awareness at all is that they'll do things and act out of either insecurities or act out of a sense of like just unawareness, and you still have to deal with that. You still have to deal with that energy. For years I thought I was the one that was doing wrong and I was crazy, and it wasn't that at all. It was that I'm the psychic person. I have boundaries. I have particular boundaries that I like to be respected, and I wasn't paying attention to them. So that made me unaware of myself, and therefore when I would sometimes, when you're pressed up against the wall, let's say somebody presses you up against the wall, there's a particular way that you respond and you react. And I react and respond a particular way when I feel I'm being energetically, psychically pushed up against the wall. And when you're the one to kind of, explode, and I don't really see it as explosion. I see it as just an intense respect my boundaries because they're not being respected. When that happens, many people point the finger at you, and they perceive you to be a highly volatile person. And I still have, anger issues to work out and all that stuff. I'm still dealing with all that. And that leads me to my next point. The strength that you have to have being psychic is you have to be very self-candid. You have to be very self-aware. What you're dealing with, what your psychic demons are, and what your psychic strengths are, what's within you, what are your tendencies. You always have to be studying yourself. And the irony is, the more that you study yourself and heal those aspects of yourself and integrate those things that you didn't accept before, the more psychic you become, actually. You'll see those traits in other people. And it won't be like coming from the ego where you're just projecting something out. And, so moving on from that, to give you that little bite-sized chunk, the thing is, even though I am psychic and empathic, and I do feel certain things, I still have the capacity to fool myself into thinking that certain things are happening that are not happening. So I always, even though I feel something, I leave it open and just say, I'm just feeling this. I'm quite sure that this and this and this is happening, but I'm not going to act from that. I'm just going to leave it open that this may not be happening at all. Even though I feel like there's a high probability that it is, it may not be happening. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to be in this neutral position. Now, there's situations where you may not have the luxury of being in that neutral position. So you have to make a decision, and you just have to do the best that you can with the information that you have. And the thing about being, again, you have to be radically honest about yourself. And when you're honest about yourself to yourself, it gives you the ability to see where people aren't being honest with themselves. So, because truth is basically just openness. When you're open to yourself, you're actually open to others as well. You're not separate from other people. And so you have to develop the discernment to deal with others that aren't aware of their own psychic abilities, because every human being is psychic. Every human being can connect to the source within that gives them the ability to garner data, get information through non-conventional means. Everybody can do it. Everybody. As a matter of fact, even the people who are psychic in different ways. Some people channel. Some people, I think we're all channelers, but that's another topic. Some people channel. Some people are, sense feeling. Some people have visions. Some people, I've had a little bit of all of them, or a little bit of many of them. I haven't done all of them. But, yeah, so these are some challenges that you can experience being a psychic person. But the thing is, even if in the moment you want to blame the other person, try not to blame the other person. I mean, if you have the emotion of wanting to blame that person, this is where it just gets really, you have to honor the fact that you have an emotion about the situation. You have to honor it. You have to observe it. You have to let it be. But you have to observe that whoever's involved is a human being. Even if they meant ill will toward you, you have to find a way to forgive them. And I'm going to do a video on forgiveness after this video that's going to clarify what forgiveness actually is. So anyway, these are the challenges of being psychic. Share your comments, opinions. If you have any questions, you can, hit me up in the comments below, or you can contact me at golddiamondawareness@gmail.com. And, we're all human, man. None of us is perfect in the sense that our behavior is 100%, robotic, but we're perfect in the fact that what is for a reason. All right, y'all. Peace out.